say enjoy your day. I hope you have already been enjoying it, and I hope that your children, your grandchildren, anybody that is around you made you feel special today, because trust me, what a mother does, it takes more than an ordinary person to do it. I'm telling you the honest truth, because I am not a mother, but when I see what my own mother has done to make me be the young lady that I am today, I know that it took a lot of effort. Not saying that I was hard for her to train or anything, but it takes effort for what a mother does. It takes a lot of encouragement, it takes a lot of motivation, and a lot of times it's self-motivation, it's self-encouragement to keep that mother going so that she can do what she knows must be done in order for that child or those children to grow up not only in the fear of the Lord, but grow up knowing that she or he must adhere to authority, because she's going to have to go out into the real world, or he's going to have to go out into the real world. God bless you, Sister Mishika Allen, for joining. I just want to say greetings to my Bishop Peter Dixon and his wife, Pastor Juliet Dixon, all the officers and members at Calvary Evangelistic Church of God, in which I attend. Thank you all again for joining me. And you know, as today commemorates a special day for mothers, I just want to say that I hope that we don't only take today as the day that we celebrate our mothers. I hope that we will take every day as a day that we can celebrate mommy, because trust me, as I said before, what your mother does concerning you from the moment when she found out that she was gonna have you, and at that time when she found out she wasn't gonna have you, she didn't even know the gender as yet, but yet still she was doing all she needed to do to nurture you in her tummy up until the point where she actually gave birth to you. So some of you can actually say, oh, you know, my mommy brought me to the full trimester. Some of you, probably your mother didn't bring you to the full trimester because maybe you were premature, but whatever it may be, she still brought you forth. And when she brought you forth, she took all those lovely years to mold you into the person that you are today. And even if it wasn't your biological mother that molded you, you still had a mother figure in your life. God bless you, Sister Gilzine, for joining. You still had somebody that stood with you, that supported you, that encouraged you, that gave you all the motivation that you need. So honestly, I put my thumb off to all the mothers for all that they do, because I know for a fact that some children, they're not the easiest to raise. Some, their ears take a long time for things to go down in it, for them to act upon whatever it is that their mother or that mother figure has said to them. So I know it is not easy. So whatever it is that our mother does, trust me, she does it for our best interest. She does it because she knows that we can be better than we probably thought we could be, or what somebody else said to us that we could be. And even my own mother, she ensured that I became the best that I could be. So even for days when I might not have believed in myself, she was still there encouraging me, still pushing me forward. And this is something that she always says to me. Anything that she didn't get growing up, she's going to ensure that I get it, because I'm not going to be any less than anybody else. And that was my mother. And I know that many persons on the live, those who are hearing now, welcome to those listening from Indonesia. Welcome. It's really good to have you. I know those of you who are listening now, you can attest to what your mother has done and what she had to go through to get you to where you are today. A big welcome to those listening in Poland as well. Wow. So God is really expanding his borders all over the world. Welcome, welcome, welcome to everyone. God bless you, Reverend Gossip. Thank you for joining. So as I said before, it is truly a special day, and I know that, of course, I cannot leave out the men that do the mothering role. I cannot leave them out, because I know that some of them are left to do the role that a mother would have been doing had she been in that particular household. So for whatever reason, you know, that father has to take up that responsibility. So my time goes off also to the fathers who play that motherly role, that had to grow up their daughters or their sons because mommy wasn't there, either because mommy passed away or because mommy just didn't feel like she could take the responsibility at the time for whatever reason. But I do salute the fathers who play that motherly role as well when there is not a mother in the home. God bless you, Pauline McCoy, watching, listening in the UK. God bless you. So today, as you join me, as you would already know, I do give advisories. Any song that you hear playing or any song that I may sing, I do not own copyrights to it. If there is anything that you would want to text in or call about, can you please refrain until after the broadcast, because I am sure to get to each and every one of you, as I do every Sunday after the broadcast, because you have all become a part of my family. We are literally one big happy family, and location does not separate us. We are really one big happy family. God bless you, Deaconess Leach, listening in on YouTube. So we really are one big happy family. There are many persons that I would love to give tribute to. I can't call everybody's name because there's so many persons that have played an important role in even my growth, you know, as to be the young lady that I am today, you know, and I really look up to those persons, and I really thank them for what it is that they have done concerning me, because the reality is we cannot grow on our own. A child needs a parent or parents so that they can be grown in the right and proper way. So the word of God declares that we should train up a child in the way that he or she should grow, so that when they're old, they will not depart from it. So if we didn't have mothers to mold us, to grow us in the right way, we could not be who we are today. Yes, we have had our struggles, and the struggles that we've been through, I'm sure it's nothing compared to what some of our mothers had to go through to get us to where we are, to propel us, to push us. Some things that mothers have to take from persons based on what they say or what they do concerning that mother. Sometimes they have to be working overtime just to ensure that their children have food on the table, just to ensure that they have a nice place to put their head. There's so many things that a mother goes through, and I personally don't fully understand it because I have never been in that situation to understand it, but I know that it is really a strong feat that they have to overcome each and every day, especially if they have children that at times are not very respectful. So they have a lot that they have to take emotionally and physically and emotionally. It takes a toll on a mother, but thank God that they did not throw in the towel. Thank God that they didn't give up. Thank God they didn't leave the baby at the hospital. That's for those who did not leave the baby at the hospital, that is. Thank God they didn't give up the baby for adoption. That's for those who did not give up the baby for adoption. But even if they did, they know why they did it, because they wanted a better life for that child. And thankfully, in most cases, most of these children, they do get a better life. God bless you, Janice, listening in on YouTube. You know, so I am really grateful for what it is that a mother does, including my own mother, because trust me, she is really one of my biggest supporters. And at this time, I just want to, you know, encourage us. Whatever songs you hear playing in the background is just to encourage the mothers to keep on going. You know, I know it's not easy, but keep on going. Don't stop. I know at times you might feel unappreciated for whatever reason, but you are still loved. You are still cared for, irrespective of how overworked and overwhelmed you may feel at times. God bless you, Missionary Clark, for joining. So I know that it may not be how you want it to be at times. I know that at times, especially as mothers age, you know, they hope that their children will be there for them. You know, they hope that they will take care of them. And sometimes, unfortunately, that doesn't happen. Sometimes, unfortunately, the very children that you have taken care of all your life, they end up putting you in a home, unfortunately. But, you know, I thank God for those who stick with their parents through thick and thin. Stick with their mothers through thick and thin, irrespective of No matter how big they get in life, no matter where life takes them, they never forget their mothers. They never forget what that labor of love that their mother gave to them all these years. God bless you, Deacon Asburn, listening in on YouTube. God bless you, Javarni Williams. Welcome. So I hope that as we take the time out today, as you take the time out today, remember, respect your mother, respect your grandmother, your great grand, because some of us, we still have those persons still living. Unfortunately, there are some that have lost their mothers, unfortunately. But I know that they can say that they still have mother figures in their lives. No one can ever replace your mother. Never. Nobody can ever come close to even replacing your mother, because you know what your mother did for you. You know how your mother brought you through. You know. Only you know that. But God has a way of placing other mother figures in our lives to encourage us, to just keep us going when we feel like giving up. And I have a lot of persons like that in my life too. So spiritually, you will have those persons. Physically, you will have those persons. There is just a lot of persons that will be there for you, playing that motherly role, just to keep you going, to remind you that you can be more than you thought you could be. God bless you, Miss Marvel Fullerton. That's my mommy. God bless you, mommy, for joining as always and for supporting me as always. God bless you, Lumley and Nella. Welcome. Thank you for joining. No, you're right on time, not late at all. And it is an honor when you can reflect on mommy. It's an honor when you can think about all that she had to go through. And I know some of you can reminisce on those stories that probably your mother told you about when you were growing up, and what it is she had to do so that you could get to where you are, so that she could get to where she is today. And my mother told me a lot of stories. One of those stories that she told me, God bless you, Missionary Osborne, for joining on YouTube. One of those stories that she told me, she said that when I was born, apparently I was a pretty baby, apparently. And being a pretty baby, the doctors and the nurses, everybody was fawning over me. They thought, oh, this baby is so nice. So much so they wanted to take me from my mommy. Can you believe it? So sometimes stuff like that happens, but thankfully, mommy held on to me tight, so they couldn't take me from her, because it wasn't meant to be. I was meant to stay with my mom. So I don't know if your mother told you all those lovely stories about what happened when you were growing up, and anytime when persons saw you, what they would say concerning you. Probably she told you that, oh, when they saw you, they thought that, oh, you're such an intelligent child, or she's so bright, or, she's so pretty, or he's so handsome. Those the things that people will say when they're passing and they see somebody with a young baby, and they're like, oh my God, Lord, I could have thief this baby. Thankfully, they didn't steal a child. But, those are the stories that mothers tell their children. She tells me another story about when I went to the doctor, and when I was supposed to give my injection, she said I was crying so much how many of them had to hold me down, because I was determined not to get injection. And they were like, no, mother, it's what you're feeding your baby. Oh, she's so strong. And she said, it's the cornmeal porridge. So I don't know if you remember those moments where your mother sits and tells you all those tales of what it was like. And you can just reminisce and you laugh with your mother, because you're like, oh my gosh, this is such a good thing that happened. This is such a treasure. And your mother is a treasure. She's a treasure not to be taken for granted. I know it's one day that we may celebrate our mothers officially, but our mothers are not supposed to be taken for granted. With all that a mother does, she should never be taken for granted, because she does so much that many of us don't even know the half, much just a quarter of what it is that she's doing. So I just hope that even as we celebrate with our mothers today, or grandmothers, or great-grand, or aunts, wherever they may be, our great aunt, whatever mother that we're celebrating with, and even if that mother is just a spiritual mother, still a mother, just honor her, but not just for today. Honor her as long as you live, because the word of God tells us that you must honor your parents so that your days may be longer. So let us honor them so that our days may be longer. And no matter how old you are, you're not too old to honor your mother. You're not too old to respect your mother. You're not too old to be there for your mother, to care for your mother, because she needs all your support. No matter how old you think your mother may be, she still needs your support. She still needs you to let her feel as if she's wanted. Let her feel as if she's still loved. Because no matter how old we get, we'll still be our mother's daughters, or we'll still be our mother's sons. Nothing changes. Age doesn't change that. God bless you, Shakina Green. Welcome. Age doesn't change that at all, you know. So I just hope that no matter how old you may think you are, or how old you may be feeling, your mother is still someone that deserves your respect. And even when mommy seems miserable for whatever reason, or it seems like she's taking things out of proportion, or whatever it is that you may be thinking or experiencing with your mother, you still give her that degree of respect for all that she has done. God bless you, Nigeria. Thank you for joining me today. God bless you. And I've said so much already. And at this time, I'm just going to pause briefly just to say a quick word of prayer at this moment. Dear righteous, loving, everlasting Father, I thank you for this day. I thank you for this opportunity, God. There are so many persons, God, that are listening at this time, so many persons at this time, God, and it is truly a privilege, God, that they could be on today with me even now, God. I thank you for all the mothers at this time, God. I thank you for the strength that you've given them and that they have truly come thus far by faith. God, I pray that you'll continue to give them more strength and more endurance, God, to keep on going, to keep on being the powerful and strong women that they are in you, that you have created them to be, God. God, I pray that their love will just continue to abound concerning their children, whether the children are obedient or the children may be disobedient, whatever their children may be concerning them. Help them, God, to still have a real love concerning their children at this time. I thank you one more time for this program. And I pray that you will just bless the hearts and minds of those who view, those who will listen. And I thank you one more time, God, for the executive directors that have given me this opportunity at this time, God, to do what you see fit. I thank you and I leave all things before you. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. So, again, I would just like to say welcome again to Real Global Worship on 6.9 FM New York, Positive Radio, www.positiveradio.com. Welcome all the listeners on the website, all those on YouTube, and everybody on Facebook. Welcome, 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 Nigeria, Poland, UK, Canada, USA as a whole, Jamaica. Welcome, Indonesia. Welcome. It is a very special day to be with you. It's a special day to be in the land of the living. It is a special day to see God's mercy concerning us again and just the joy in that mercy. I just want to remind us today that you are just special. You are special. Whether you are a biological mother or not, you are special. You are special in the sight of God. You are special for all that you do, all that you endure. You are just so special. You are special. And God loves you in your specialness. So no matter if you are a teacher at a school, you are nurturing young minds, you are very special. And the children that you nurture, they look up to you. And then children spend most of their time at school. You know, Monday to Friday they're at school. You know, and that teacher has to be nurturing that child, giving that child all that love and support. So, you know, you are a mother at school too. Even if all those are not your biological children, you're still a mother. If you're teaching in Sunday school, you're still a mother to those children. If you're instructing on your job to those who may be younger than you, you're still a mother. Because there are many persons that are still looking up to you as an example. Because the older women ought to teach the younger women how to be, how to act, how to speak. So there's so much that we have to learn. And we need a mother to teach us that. We need a grandmother, a great aunt to teach us these things. We need godmothers to teach us these things. We need the adopted mothers to teach us these things. We need the spiritual mother to just teach us these things. Because without a mother teaching us, I don't know what kind of world we would be living in. Well, separate and apart from everything that is already happening in the world. But good parenting goes a long way. And if a mother can nurture her child from the tenderest of age, we will see a better society. We will see more productive and honest people going out there, more caring and compassionate people going out there and touching other people's lives. Because many persons need that special touch. They need to feel loved. And when a mother gives her child or her children, whether biological or not biological, all of that love, that child can go out, or those children can also go out and share all that love to everybody else that they meet, and that's something that I know that would make God so pleased. If when we start from home and we give all of the love that we know is deserved, and then we in turn go out and we give back that love to everybody that we meet. Because one day, of course, these same children will grow to be mothers, some will grow to be fathers. One day, and then they too will need to nurture the children and grow them up in the fear of the Lord, so that they too can go out and share all of that love with the world again, and then the cycle keeps going on and on and on. And that's what God wants. So mothers, it's your day today. It's your day today. I salute you. I honor you. I really give what is due to you on this day, because it is truly your special day. So you'll be hearing a few songs be playing in the background. All of these songs are just for you, because it's your day. Okay? So whether you still have your mom or you don't have your mom, these songs are still for you, just to encourage you and to give you another boost. Not a Supergen boost, but this is a extra special boost, because it's your day. It's truly your day. And we love you. Even when we don't say it enough, we love you. Even when we don't show it enough, we love you. It is truly your day. And it's a day that nobody can take from you. Because as I said before, nobody knows your journey. Nobody knows what you had to go through. Nobody knows how many hours of labor pain you went through, but you. Because you were in that room with the doctor and the nurses. But we truly salute you today. Wherever you may be in the world, you are special. Your role cannot be duplicated. Nobody can do what you do, because you're the only one that has been placed in the position to do it. And God takes pleasure in what you do, because you're nurturing so many people. All over the world you're nurturing. So today is for you. This moment is for you. And to all the children, whether big or small, just remind your mother how special they are. Every day. Every day. Not just today. Every day. Remind them that they're special. I know sometimes you may throw tantrums, and sometimes as big as persons may grow to be, they throw tantrums too, concerning their mothers or their fathers. But never forget that your mother will always be your mother, and it will not change. No matter how you try to change, it will never change. She took all that time out with you, all those days when you were in preschool, basic school, elementary school, basic school, primary school, high school, university. Even when you went to work, she was still there for you, still supporting you. Even when you probably bought your first house, she was there. When you bought your first car, she was there. When you got married, she was there. When you had probably your first boyfriend, and whoever broke your heart, she was there. Because that's what a mother does. She has so many different roles, I can't even count it on the 10 fingers that God gave me. Not to mention the 10 toes. Because she has such a vast responsibility. Because it's not limited to only in the house. It goes beyond the house. It spreads out into the world. So mothers, you are really special. You are really loved. You are really cared for. We really do respect you, even when we behave like we don't. We do. We do. So I hope that you enjoy whatever songs you hear in the background. It's not really too much of a talking day for me. You know, it's just a day for you guys just to relax and enjoy the music that you hear playing. Right now, it is Shirley Caesar's Every Day Feels Like Mother's Day. And before that, it was Shirley Caesar's I Remember Mama in a Happy Way. So these are all dedicated to you and your hard work. So just sit back and enjoy. God bless you, Mitzi African. Welcome. Thank you for joining. God bless you, Exhorter Guthrie. Bless you. Bless you. So, mommy has given us our love. Mommy has paid so many price for us, you know, and mommy has done so much for us, and we can't repay her for all that she does. We can't repay her for all that she has done, but we thank her for all that she does do and keeps on doing with us at this time. And next song will be by Chester Baldwin, I Still Hear Mama Praying. So those of us who grew up in a praying home knows what that feels like. Mommy always praying for us. Before we did anything, mommy was praying for us. Mommy was securing us to ensure that we would be safe each and every day. You know, because mommy wasn't going to leave God out. And I know many persons probably listening now can attest to mommy always just praying for us, praying that we would be the best that we could be, praying that we would be obedient, praying that we never get into bad company, you know, mommy praying that whatever it is that we as her children did would impact others in a positive way and not a negative way. Praying that we would stay far away from trouble. You know, mommy was always praying many things concerning us. And one of the things for me, I grew up, you know, learning that the prayer was important. I grew up learning never to leave God out. And that was something instilled in me from a very tender age by my mother, by my grandmother, my grandfather. They instilled these things in me. And as I grew older, I remembered that and I kept that lifestyle up because I knew that God was important. I know many of you can attest to your mother doing that with you or your grandmother doing that with you. You know, teaching you that the first thing you must do when you get up is pray. When you're going anywhere, you must pray. When you're on your journey, still pray. When you reach your destination, still pray. When you leave from where you're coming from to head home, you pray again. And then when you get home, you pray and you just tell God thanks because anything could have happened. So Chester Baldwin in that song is reminding us that he still remembers hearing his mother pray, because it's the prayers that has gotten us this far. Because some of us, if we didn't have a praying mother or a praying grandmother or somebody who's a prayer warrior in the house, there would have been so many things that would have befallen us. But thank God for mommy who kept praying. Thank God for grandma who kept praying. Thank God for great grandma that kept praying. And it just traveled down and it passed on from generation to generation. Everybody grew knowing that prayer was important. We need to keep on praying. And I thank my mother and my grandmother for instilling that in me, and my grandfather as well. How important it is to just, put God first. And today I just hope that even if you don't have any one of those persons in your life, I hope you still carry on that tradition in your household with your children, so that they will know that God is important. God should be the forefront of their lives. God should be the center of everything. God should be what everything else revolves around. So whatever they do, they don't do it without putting God in it. They don't do it without asking God for instruction first. And that is what a mother does. Because she knows the right already, so she's just imparting it on you, hoping that you will just follow her example. Because your mother leads by the height of example. So she teaches you this so that you can do the same when you get a child or you get children. So I thank God for a praying mother, a praying grandmother, a praying grandfather. I thank God for the household that I was growing up in. And I know that there are persons on this that can attest to having that too. And because of that, they are where they are today, and they keep that in mind. Even so, I know that for some it is a hard time, because some persons don't have their biological mother around anymore, unfortunately. But what I love is when persons have been lost, you still have their memories with you. You still have those times when you can say, oh, I remember when mommy did this, or when mommy said that, or I remember when mommy and I went on a trip, or whatever it is that you did with your mother. You can reflect on it and you probably laugh. At times I know it might bring you to tears, because you're wishing she was still there, but she isn't. But her memories will never die. Memories don't go. People might pass on, yes, but the memories that you have of those people, that doesn't die. That doesn't disappear into thin air. Will always be there with you, and you can share with your children when you tell them, oh, your grandmother used to do so forth and so on. Is your grandmother taught me how to ox a coconut, just as an example. Or, oh, is your grandmother taught me how to start coal fire. So you can share all of that, so that whatever it is that you were taught, you just pass on to your children, and then your children, even if they didn't get to meet their grandmother, they can say, oh, that mommy said that grandma used to do this, and then growing up they remember that, and all that is passed down, they can say, this is where I learned it from. So even though some of you don't have mommy now or grandma now, you can say they taught you so much, and all of what they taught you is something that you can carry for the rest of your life. God bless you, Deacon Jemison. Thank you for joining me. So I am grateful. I am grateful for the memories that I still have stored in me. I am grateful for the new memories that I still make with my mother, because we still laugh and talk about things like we're children, surprisingly so. And we joke around, because that's the relationship that we ought to have with our parents. We should have a respect relationship. It should still be a relationship where we can still laugh and talk. We just laugh and talk. Like there is no tomorrow coming, but we just laugh and talk, we just enjoy ourselves. Because God does want us to be happy. You know, there is still a strict line between parent and child. There is still a strict line. It's a line that should not be crossed at any point in time. But at the end of the day, you can still have a joyful moment with your parents. You can still have a joyful moment. Things that you probably would laugh about when you were younger with your mother, you probably can laugh about with them now. Now that you're old, and there's certain things that were not points of discussion then when you were younger, but now that you're older, you guys can discuss that, especially for those who have gotten married and have children. You can share all those experiences your mother can talk about, because she can give you pointers. And so, or you can ask her, so mommy, I'm going through this right now with my husband, or I'm going through this right now with the children. What would you recommend me to do? So mommy is always giving you advice. Grandma is always giving advice. There is never a moment where you don't still need mommy's advice for you, or grandma's advice for you. There's never such a moment, because they have so much wisdom. It's not even funny. Sometimes you wonder where they get all that wisdom from, you know. But they have so much wisdom to impart. And I've realized, you know, that we are never too old to learn. And there's still so much still to learn. So no matter how old you are, mommy always teaching you something new. Mommy always showing you something new. Mommy always doing something away that you say, but mommy, you know, I didn't know you could do that way. And then she say, oh yeah, man, it can do that way, man. Why not? So you'll always get something to take away from your mother. No matter how old your mother is, there's always something to take away from her. Because she just always, it's like, she's like a storehouse of knowledge. Because remember, you know, you came after. So there's a lot of nothing to know, but because she passed through certain eras that you didn't pass through, she can share all of that with you. She was on the scene probably long before computers were on the scene. So she can tell you about that. She can tell you about the days of buggy, when buggy was like a hit thing, you know. And now the vehicles have upgraded so much. It's so different. But there's so much can tell you about. My mother tells me of experiences of writing on something that they call a slate. And I'm like, what? And of course, in that same moment, I'm thanking God for books. Because I have a book that I can write in and rub stuff out of. But this slate business, no, that don't look like it would have fit me. But my mother went through it and she overcame that. And she did the best she could in that circumstance, in that era that she was a part of. So a lot of things that our mothers encountered, we in this modern day and age may never have to go through, because obviously we're not going to go back to slate days, obviously. Obviously, we're not going to go back to the days of typewriter, because everything has become so advanced now. But we have it much easier now than our parents would have had it then, you know. And it's really something to be thankful for, because they made it through and they taught us how they could. And the best thing is when you're going to school, and even though there are certain things that your parents might not have learned when they were going, they're still trying to get an understanding of what it is that you're doing so that they can help you. You see, that is how a mother is. So she is never out of the loop concerning your life. She's always wanting to be a part of whatever you're doing. Always want to be there to help you along the way. So even when it seemed hard, she's always helping you out. She's always finding a way. Or she asks somebody else, my daughter or my son have this to do. You can help her with it, please. Or help him with it, please. Because that is what a mother does. She cares for her young. She, no matter how old you get, because you, as I said before, you'll always be a mother's child. You could be 50, like literally, you could be 50. You will always just be your mother's child. You will always be your mother's little girl or your mother's little boy. No matter how old you get, that's just the reality. So even when you get married and you have children, you will still always just be their child. And you can't take that away from them or anybody else for that matter. Because at the end of the day, we'll never catch up to our parents' age. No matter how we try, we will never catch up to their age. Never. And the wealth of wisdom and knowledge that they have is going to take even us some doing to get to even that place. And that's why they're here imparting on us so that we can go on and impart on others. Because there's still so much I know I still have to learn from my mother. And there's still so much that I've already learned from my mother. So much. You know, sometimes when I hear like old time songs playing, and then I hear my mother start singing to it, and then I'm like, which song is that? Because some of these songs I've never heard. And then she's like, yes, man, long time song, long time song. And she sing and she enjoy herself. You know, so that just being a part of that with my mother gives me joy. I don't know about anybody else, because sometimes it's just some simple things that you can sit with your mother and talk to her about, and I said laugh with her about. Just bring some simple joy. It doesn't need anything extravagant. You two don't need to go on, just for an example, the North Coast for you to enjoy that mother-daughter bond or that mother-son bond. Just the fact that you can be there with each other. There are times when I know mommy and I, we used to sit down and we play board games. Board games, you know, because it's mommy and I. So we just play board games. We play board games because that's our enjoyment. So everybody will have their own kind of enjoyment. That is mommy and I enjoyment. So we'll play dominoes, we'll probably play Ludi, we'll probably play checkers, because that's just how we are. You know, I'll be sitting around the table and mommy is sitting around the table and she's doing something and she probably typing and she say, all right, Stacey, how you spell this word? Or she starts spelling it and then I just continue. Because that's just the relationship that she and I have. And it's good when we can have a good relationship with our mothers. You know, a strong relationship. As I said, no matter how you and your mother or your grandmother, whatever mother figure might have difference in opinions at times, because we are all different. So there's going to be difference in opinion. There's going to be things that obviously you're going to disagree with. But even if you do disagree, it doesn't change the fact that you respect this person as a mother or as a mother figure. It doesn't change the fact that you love this person just the way they are. It doesn't change, you know. So I love the moments when mommy and I can just do all of the things that we find as enjoyment. And sometimes it might be silly to somebody else, but that's just our relationship. And nobody can take away the relationship from you that you have with your mother or that you have with your grandmother, great grand, or your god. Nobody can take that from you. That's between you and them, you know. Because not everybody's going to have that kind of relationship. Sad to say. But for those who do, it is truly a privilege and an honor to have that kind of relationship. It's truly something to be desired, you know, because it's so sad when persons don't live, as we would say in Jamaica, we don't live loving with our parents. It is very sad. It's very sad when you're estranged from your parents. That to me, that is a little bit too much. But I don't know what person's circumstances are, why they're like that with their parents. But I thank God that I have a certain relationship with my mother. So I don't have to think about that. And as I said earlier, even with the Chester Baldwin song that was playing earlier, that he still heard his mother praying. So prayer does go a long way to avoid such incidences happening, such circumstances where your mother don't talk and all of that, or you don't like your mother. It's good to have prayer in your life. It's good to have God at the center to direct you. Because when God is in it, whoever malice parents or believe in malice in parents won't even be. Because there would have constantly been prayer in that home. There would have been constantly been prayer in your life. So there would be no animosity between mother and daughter, or mother and grandmother, or daughter and grandmother. There would be none of that, because There would constantly be prayer in your life. I'm not saying that, as I said before, you won't have disagreements. There will be disagreements, but they will not be to the degree where you disown each other or you write off each other. That's ridiculous. So it takes God to keep the family together. It takes God for us all to keep a sane and sound mind concerning mommy, concerning grandma, concerning auntie, concerning great grand and great great grand. It really takes God. So today, as I said, it is really a momentous moment. It's a monumental moment. It's a moment that only comes once a year, and there are different countries celebrating Mother's Day at a different time. They don't celebrate it today like some persons do, but a mother will always have her day. And as I said before, every day is really Mother's Day, because it shouldn't just be a one day thing. One day I shower mommy with gifts. One day alone I tell mommy how much I love her and care for her and all that she has to know. That should be an everyday thing. That should be a lifestyle. So just like serving God should be a lifestyle, letting your mommy feel special should be a lifestyle of all that she has given and done for you, because none of us can repay our mommy. No matter how much money we make, we will probably give back to mommy to help mommy to grow and do whatever that she needs to do. We can't repay mommy for all that she does. I know that there is a popular song that I believe it's a popular song that a young man was charging his mother for for some things, and his mother was like, no, but for the 9 months I carry you, no charge. And it's a lot of things a mother does. So the fact that he is charging his mother for some little things that he say coming up to how much cents or how much dollars, but yet still his mother is saying, but for the 9 months I carry you, no charge. For everything that she did for him, no charge. And that's the reality. Your mother will do so much for you and she expect nothing in return, only your love and your respect. Your love and your respect, but you don't expect anything in return. God bless you. Yes, it's Shirley Caesar's song. For the 9 months I carry you, no charge. So that is it. We don't fully understand that time, but I guess it takes some persons to be in the position of a mother to understand what it is that their mothers did to get them to where they are and to be who they are. So it's not until some persons become mothers themselves they won't truly understand what it takes, because it takes a lot. And I do not take anything away from the mothers who have really put out all the effort, because they truly do so much. They're the ones molding teachers and doctors and nurses and lawyers and government ministers and policemen, men and soldiers. They're nurturing many people in the world. So many people. Those who sometimes people don't even pay close attention to. Mothers nurture them so that they can be productive in society, so that they can be good people in the society. Prime ministers, presidents, had it not been for their mothers who care and tender guidance, they would not be where they are, who they are. So a mother really does a lot. She does a lot. And some of it we can't even name, because sometimes we don't even know. Because sometimes it's not everything that your mother is going to tell you. Oh, you know that on so and so time I did this concerning you so that this could happen. No. Sometimes she doesn't speak. And sometimes when mommy is crying, we don't even know. That's how much it is at times. God bless you, King, for joining. Welcome. Because I grew up not seeing my mother cry. So much so, I would have thought she was some kind of superhero, because who doesn't cry, right? And of course, because I am the complete opposite of mommy in that way, so I would more cry. But I've not seen mommy cry, so I was like, okay, mommy doesn't cry, so she must be some superhero, not shedding any tears. But sometimes we don't know the unseen tears. We don't hear those cries. We don't hear them because our mothers don't want us to see that part. Not for you not to believe that they're human or anything like that. Although as I said, I said my mom was some kind of superhero because she wasn't crying. So, but she does it because she's your mother and she has to be strong for you. And if you see her in that moment, which for most people is considered a moment of weakness, then you probably will then feel weak in that moment too. And then it seems like somehow, sometimes when people don't see their mothers crying, they automatically think to themselves that, oh, mommy doesn't know weakness. You know, mommy is just always strong. And I it has its plus and it has its negative because you might go through life thinking that, oh, you never need to cry because crying is a sign of weakness and I never saw mommy cry, so why should I cry? But it is good when you can shed tears. It is good when you can release all of that out of you and be refreshed and renewed by it. So, you know, today I thank you guys for coming on. I thank you that you took the time out of your day or your night or your evening just to join me on this special occasion for all the mommies across the world. I thank you so much, you know. And God made you special. He made you special, mommy. Not just my mommy, but all the mommies in the world. He made you special. And you have impacted your children in so many different ways. But never forget your worth. Never forget what made you to be. You might not be Sarah, who is a mother of many nations, but you're still a mother of many, whether you live it or not. And at this time, as I'm getting ready to close, you know, I thank you all again for coming on. It is always an honor to have you with me, whether on YouTube, on the website, or on Facebook. Every Sunday, you join me. I am very grateful. And even on a day like this, when mothers hopefully are being treated by their daughters, I don't know, probably a dinner or ice cream cake, I don't know what the treatment is, probably spa treatment, I don't know, but whatever it is that they're doing on this special day, I thank you that you took the time out of that to share your hour with me, you know, because I'm always happy to have you all with me, especially today when you probably could just be lying down and relaxing. So at this time, I'm just going to quickly read a word of prayer as I get ready to close of today's program. God bless you. So I'm just going to ask you all just to bow your heads at this time. Dear Father, I thank you for this day. I thank you for this evening. Thank you for this night, God. I thank you for your listeners in Indonesia, in Poland, in UK, in Canada, in Jamaica, in US, in Nigeria, God. I thank you for listeners in parts of the world that I don't even know that may have been listening. God, I thank you even know that they took the time out of their busy schedules, God, just to join me. I thank you, Lord, another time, God, that you are reminding the mothers that you made them special, God. What they do is truly priceless, God. No matter how we try to put a tag to it, it can never be so. And even now, Lord, I pray for this week, Lord, that you will just give us the strength to go on. I pray right now, God, that whatever obstacles that we may be faced with, God, that you will face them with us, God, and allow us to overcome them at this time. God, I pray right now, dear God, that you will continue to be the God of breakthrough and miracles for your people, both far and wide. There are so many needs at this time, God. There are so many troubles and struggles at this time, God. But I pray at this time that we will just learn to cast our cares upon you, because you truly are caring for us at this time, in this season, God. Many persons are faced with many things in their various countries, God. The world is faced with a crisis, but God, you are still in control. You are still the ruler of this very universe. So I thank you one more time for what you're doing in the lives of your people. I thank you for those that you're healing at this time. I thank you for those that you're providing for at this time. I thank you for those that you're saving by your grace, by your love at this time. And I thank you one more time, God, that you're touching YouTube listeners, Facebook listeners and viewers, and the website listeners. Lord, I leave all things before you. I give you all glory, I give you all honor. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. So I thank you all again for joining me. I thank you all again for coming on. And as I say that, I look forward to you all joining me again on Wednesdays at 4:30 Jamaican time and 5:30 New York time on The Mix with Auntie Donna. All the children, they come on. As I say, when I come on from time to time, I'm a big child, so I am one of the big children that happen to be on The Mix with Auntie Donna every Wednesday. So I look forward for you joining Auntie Donna on The Mix on 97.3 Unity with Love Radio. Also, you can find us on www.positiveradio.com. We look forward to having you with us, just supporting us, supporting Auntie Donna, supporting what she's doing with the children, and for the children. And, I look forward to you joining me again every Sunday on Real Global Worship, every Sunday at 5 Jamaican time, 6 New York time, and Canadian time, and 11 England and Nigerian time. I should get the other time zones for you, seeing as now we have Hong Kong in the building. I know Hong Kong is in the morning now, and Indonesia and Poland. I should get the time zones for them to share with you as well, seeing as they can join at any time. So I look forward to you guys joining me again next week Sunday. And remember, join my little brother Taj on Man Talk. It's every Saturday from 11 to 1. It is 12 to 2 US time though, but 11 to 1 Jamaican time. So please support my little brother Taj. He needs all the support he can get. Keep on praying him up, because he is a young man with vision and he's going somewhere. And as young people, when you see us going somewhere, just propel us to keep on going, because we are still the future that is still to come. There is so much in us to do that God wants us to accomplish. So keep pushing us, and you will see the fruit of your labor, and God will see what it is that you all have invested in us, including your time. So I thank you on behalf of myself and on behalf of my little brother Taj and all the young people, and Auntie Donna as well, for all your support. So happy Mother's Day again to everyone. You are special, and we love you, we respect you, we honor you, and what you do, nobody else could have done it. So keep on doing what you do, especially in a time like this when you have to homeschool your children. Keep on doing what you're doing. Keep disciplining your children, laying down the law of the land, in house of course. Keep on laying down the law of the land, so that you can train them up in the way that they should grow, so that when they are old, they will not depart from it. God bless you all in Jesus' name. I thank you again for joining me, and I'll see you soon again. Goodbye.